Imagine it's Friday evening. Your daughter needs new running shoes for soccer practice on Monday. Instead of opening 10 browser tabs, you simply tell your AI assistant, find me the best running shoes under $120. Size 6, highly rated, arriving before Monday. Within seconds, it compares hundreds of products, checks inventory across retailers, verifies delivery times, and completes the payment. You never opened Google, you never visited Amazon, you never clicked a single ad. The AI did everything on your behalf. That might sound like the future, but it's already beginning. In July 2025, traffic from AI chatbots to US retail sites grew 4,700% in single year. That's not a stray statistics. It's an early signal commerce is being fundamentally restructured. For 30 years, online shopping followed one pattern. Human search, human compared, human decided, and businesses built entire industries around convincing people to click. Agentic commerce changes the fundamental assumption. The person may no longer be making the buying decision. Increasingly, software will. And once software becomes the buyer, new questions will appear. How does an AI know which merchant to trust? How does it verify a seller is genuine? These questions matter more than which AI model is smartest. Because the future of commerce isn't about intelligence, it's about architecture. The world isn't converging on one answer. Distinct architectural philosophies are emerging, and each one believes it's found the right way to build this. Think about smartphones. Apple didn't win by copying Android, and Android didn't win by copying Apple. Both succeeded by solving the same problem differently. Something similar is happening in commerce right now. The open ecosystem, the integrated ecosystem, and the open network. Let's start with the open ecosystem. Imagine you are Google. Millions of people use your search engine, but you do not own most of the commerce journey. Not the retailers, not the payments, not the warehouses. So an AI shopping agent has to discover a product through one company, verify inventory through another, and complete the payment through third. The challenge isn't intelligence, it's coordination. That's why Google, Anthropic, OpenAI, Stripe, and Shopify are each building protocols. Anthropic's MCP, Google's A2A and Universal Commerce Protocol, OpenAI and Stripe's Agentic Commerce Protocol. So agents, merchants, and payment providers can talk to each other. No single company owns everything. Walmart is the proof. Its Sparky system runs on MCP, letting customers, employees, and supplier agents share one data plane without owning the whole stack the way Amazon does. But that's not the only American. One of the strongest examples of a completely different philosophy also comes from the US. Amazon. Amazon already owns most of the journey: discovery, payment, delivery, support, without leaving its own ecosystem. So Amazon isn't asking how do independent companies work together. It's asking if we already own the journey, why not make AI native inside it? And that's the integrated ecosystem. The platform becomes the bridge itself, which is exactly why Amazon blocked outside AI crawlers rather than opening up to them. And this is where China gets interesting. China isn't copying the US, it's much closer to the Amazon's philosophy than Google's. Alibaba, Tencent, and ByteDance already run ecosystems that combine commerce, payments, and messaging in one. Alibaba's Qwen Assistant is now integrated across Taobao and Tmall's 4 billion product catalog, past 300 million monthly users. Their goal isn't just a smarter chatbot, it's making the entire journey invisible because AI is woven into every interaction they already control. One believes collaboration across independent companies win. The other believes owning more of the journey wins. Neither is wrong. They are different architectural bets. Third model, and it may surprise you the most. It isn't trying to become another Google, Amazon, or Alibaba. And that brings us to India. India looked at the same problem and asked a bigger question. Not who should own the journey, but what if nobody owned it? Think about how email works. You can send messages from Gmail to Outlook because both follow the same shared standard, with no single company in the middle. India is building commerce the same way, through the Open Network for Digital Commerce, ONDC. It isn't another marketplace, This is a network underneath commerce. Already past 200 million transactions with any retailer, logistic provider, or payment app free to plug in.